welcome to the Deacon. I'm not Andreas Larsen.
Yeah, welcome to my brother-in-law, and it's good to have you here. It's Søren Thuesen. We're sitting here in the woods by the lake cabin in Michigan.
Yeah.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you here, of all places in the world.
You want me to share a bit about my work with drug addicts and just living in Copenhagen?
Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome.
So today we'll be talking about people in need, and I will start reading a passage about the Samaritan. A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, who stripped him of his clothing, wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a certain priest came down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. Likewise the Levite, when he arrived at the place, came and looked and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. So he went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oils and wine, and he set him on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. On the next day, when he departed, he took out 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said to him, "Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, when I come again, I will repay you." Yeah. So that was the man who stopped and did action when he saw something that was wrong. And in Copenhagen, where I live, where Sina and I live, my wife, there's a lot of people living on the street and doing drugs. And a year ago I was studying theology, and every day I was passing by 2 or maybe 3 people on the street before going in and doing Bible study. And I started feeling so bad about it. There's something wrong about passing them and go in there and read God's Word. So I kind of sometime stopped and talked a little, but it was so hard for me to find out what to do, you know. And then I started thinking that I should bring something for them. So I always now have a little snack, sandwich or so, and maybe a t-shirt or a pair of socks in my bag. So I always can give them something, because you don't know what they'll use the money for, and you know, whatever. And it's just so cool to actually give them something.
So how do you know if they need a sandwich or a t-shirt?
You don't really know, but you stop, and I think that's what it's about. Because another time when we went out on the street, me and 3 men from the church, because we wanted to do it different, so we put butter on some bread and made them ready for the people, and we went out there and we gave them out, and people wasn't really so happy about it, but they took it. And then we saw just around the corner that one of the women who took the sandwich, she actually said, "Thank you very much, and thank you for coming." And she took the sandwich, and I saw her just around the corner. She threw it out in the garbage. I said, "What is going on?" And then I asked.
So she just did it to be nice to you?
Yeah, it was.
That's very nice of her.
So we shouldn't feel bad. But then I asked another lady if what she needed and what would be the best thing we could do. And she said, "Ask me if I ever had a good day." So that was what she needed the most, because she said, "We walk around in the street every day, and we know where to go for a little food, and we know where to go to get a new pair of socks and all those things, but nobody sees us." So they actually say that sometimes they walk on the pedestrian, and people come and they go to the other side of the road to pass them and go back. So people don't want to see them. And I just feel like it's what's happening in that story we just read about the Samaritan. Especially when we as Christian people just pass by. And I know it's hard to stop every time, because you can live in a place where many people are in the street. But I actually think we have to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe not always for their best or their sake, but for your own. Because it just gets easier and easier to pass by. And I really believe that, actually I believe we should stop every single time. I think that's what what Jesus would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing you just mentioned and we talked about earlier is that you said every time you pass a homeless person or a person in need, it becomes easier the next time. And I think that's an important thing to reflect on. Every time you pass a person in need and don't do anything, it's going to be easier next time, and you're going to lose that compassion, that God-given compassion.
Yeah. So, yeah, I believe that we should do that. That's the way we can do an impact in the world. Start seeing whoever is in need and ask them what they need.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't need anything, but you still stop and say hello. And that's a big difference.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So the lady who said, you can start asking me if I had a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and I think we're often afraid of, okay, if I say hello, what's going to happen? Or if I ask how much it's going to take from me.
Yeah.
I just want to finish with another Bible verse from James 2, where it says it's about faith and deeds, and where it says what God convicted Søren about going to the Bible studies every week, passing the homeless. But here it says, faith and deeds, what good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm and well fed, but does nothing about the physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead.
Yeah. And also, when I worked in Honduras, actually, the pastor, he said, because we always want to share the faith with people, but I don't think that's the right way to start it. He said, you don't give a hungry boy a Bible, and that's true. You give him something to eat.
Yeah.
So start there, right?
Yes. Okay, agree.
Amen.
Well, we hope that the peace and joy of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you today.